I guess I've been a competitive athlete for a large part of my life. And in the summers, I work for a rafting company and freestyle whitewater kayak. And in the winters, I ride and downhill mountain bike. I was standing chatting with some friends, and someone came up to me and picked me up and put me over her shoulder, and she stumbled, and as she did so, she rotated me and swung me into a huge support beam. My head impacted just below my ear, like I've never felt something like that before. I have a lot of trouble with sensitivities with light and sound, and headaches so bad that I was having to lie down or sleep multiple times a day. I've seen a physiotherapist, athletic therapist, massage therapist, and a neurologist, and nobody could really give me any answers or any suggestions or really relieve anything.
After Carmen had her injury, we were fairly frustrated at not receiving a whole lot of answers from the doctors. So my wife, she went on the internet and found out about the Functional Neurology Center here in Atlanta.
Right off the bat, they were able to pick out some things that none of the other doctors had even asked questions about. They answered questions that I had even before I asked them. They sent me for an x-ray and a blood test, and that was two things that nobody else had requested. They were looking at the whole picture, and I was really impressed by that. And through looking at my blood work, they were able to find a number of things that were hindering my body from recovering.
We're really starting to find some reasons why the symptoms were holding on so long. You know, they take this to a whole different level in terms of how they look at the brain, and they take a more holistic approach that we just didn't see anywhere else.
So my first visit down here was for 5 days of treatment, and then I was sent home to do 3 weeks of the exercises they gave me. Now I've just finished up my last week here. The whole approach here is very different than other institutions. They are making it as easy as possible for my brain to do the healing and my body to do the healing. So they're removing the barriers, and ultimately they've been able to help the injury itself, and now it's up to me to go home and be able to continue strengthening my brain.
A big part of her recovery was, one, coming here and getting her on track, getting all of the pathways really reset in the brain to fire properly, making sure that her posture was going to help her improve that as she left here as well. The other part that was really going on with her was the nutrition aspect. So her going home, she's got to get that nutrition under control in order to make the brain healthy enough to receive those signals to then reinforce those pathways continuously. All of those things together are going to help her really improve more in the next 6 weeks even than she did in just the 2 weeks that she's been with us.
Whenever somebody in the family gets sick or has a traumatic accident, it really does affect the whole family. When Carmen started seeing some improvements, that really helps us feel more hopeful as well.
The goal is for me to be able to go home without any restrictions and go back to being able to socialize with friends and go out in public and loud places with the exercises they've given me, and with having cleared up the neurological problems. I'm leaving here with a very positive attitude that I will be able to go back to the sports that I love.